rotating through the hip.
New runner.
Hey, Big Guy. Today we're gonna cover how to give your shins some love. You may be thinking like, my shins don't bother me. Why don't I give my shins some love? Well, your shins are really important because they're like the primary thing that helps your foot go into dorsiflexion, right? So it's my ability to actually pull my foot up to my shin, and that matters from like your running and your gait to just basic overall balance and stability. Now, a lot of time in today's society, we wear squishy shoes or we're sitting all the time and their shins become really weak, and they're just always lax like this. So even if I try to give you guys a stretch, you may not even feel the tissue in here even lengthen. But that doesn't mean that you need to work on strengthening that. But first we're gonna talk about how to lengthen the tissue, then how to tie to it to strengthen it, and then to get it working properly overall. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead to find a stretch, just kind of sit back this way. You may be here. This may be all you can do, and then slowly start to work back to where maybe you can get to this position. Now, you kind of want to find where your biggest line of tension is, so maybe your feet or your heels are outside your butt and you're trying to sit back this way. Or maybe your feet are right underneath, your knees are together, and you stay here. Once this is, you can hang out here for a couple minutes with relative ease, you start to lean back, okay? Then you kind of tuck your pelvis down, kind of lean back a little bit further. Maybe you can even come all the way down to like your elbows, and that's okay. A lot of times you guys might even feel you have tension in the quads, you're not getting anything out of your shins, and everything's your quads. That just lets you know these guys need some work as well. Now, maybe this isn't enough. You can actually go to this piece right here, where you're loading up here. So you can start where it's right up underneath the foot this way. You can start here, and then eventually start working your toes on there, and then you can start coming all the way back and down. Now, anytime we're doing some work here, we want to lengthen that tissue. We want to make sure we're adding a bit of strength component to it after the end of the stretch. So maybe you hold this for about 2 minutes, and then start building up the contraction. You're trying to activate your toes and your shin, and try to pull that toe up to the shin, so you're trying to dorsiflex and actually get this guy to start working, okay? And you build it to a really hard contraction, hold that, try to pull the other way, sink a little bit deeper, hold that for about 10 seconds, and then come out of there. Now, once we do that, we want to be able to activate and kind of utilize the tissue. So Coach Fritz taught me this one, where you're pulling back here, and maybe you just do the alphabet here and making sure you're really getting that shin muscle to kind of work out. So you're kind of going A, B, C, and that can get some good activation there. What I've also done is you take like a TheraBand, you do another band, and you can do a couple different things. You can attach it to a rig, is one way to do it, or if you don't have a rig, like I don't here, I'm gonna double loop it and have that go over my foot, and then my other foot will actually be the anchoring point. So I'll sit here, and maybe just I hold my isometric. So I'm here, I'm pulling my foot all the way to dorsiflexion, right? So I'm trying to pull up, make that shit work. I'm gonna hold and slowly, like this slow eccentric, let it come back down, and I'm gonna pull it back up. If I'm not strong enough to pull up, I'll come back up, let the toe foot I'm working on turn it this way. So I'll make sure this guy comes up, and then I'll lengthen and really work on this guy, this shin, until he fails, comes back up, and then I'll go again. Then you can actually do this lengthening and kind of work in this whole rotational piece, because it has to be able to activate and function this entire, I really feel that going. Yeah. So give that a try. Give your shins some love. They need it.